Carlos Alcaraz's much-anticipated debut at the Australian Open has been hit with an unexpected twist that's got tennis fans buzzing, and not in the good way. The fiery Spaniard, who's been making waves on the tour, will not be stepping onto the prestigious Rod Laver Arena for his opening match against Alexander Zinchenko. Instead, he's been unceremoniously booted to the Margaret Court Arena. Yep, you heard that right. So, what happened? The tournament organizers decided to give the Rod Laver spotlight to two heavyweights: Italy's Jannik Sinner, the reigning champion and current world number 1, and Serbia's Novak Djokovic, the tennis deity with a whopping 10 Aussie Open titles under his belt. Both legends are set to make their debuts on Monday, leaving poor Carlitos playing second fiddle on a smaller stage. Ouch. When the match schedule dropped on Saturday, it sent shockwaves through the tennis community. Fans of Alcaraz were fuming, with some calling it outright disrespectful. What the hell were they thinking? One fan tweeted. Others speculated that the organizers were prioritizing ticket sales over showcasing the sport's rising stars. And honestly, they might not be wrong. To be fair, the tournament bigwigs defended their decision by pointing out Sinner's status as the defending champ and Djokovic's godlike resume down under. Fair points, sure, but that doesn't soften the blow for Alcaraz loyalists, who were itching to see their guy shine on the grandest stage. Margaret Court Arena, Alcaraz's new battlefield, isn't exactly a dump. It seats 7,500 fans, making it the second most significant court at Melbourne Park. But let's be real, it's no Rod Laver Arena, which can cram in over 14,000 spectators and carries the kind of history that makes even seasoned pros nervous. This isn't the first time Carlos has had to adjust to Melbourne Park's whims. Back in 2021, the baby-faced phenom played his matches on the outer courts. By 2022, he was bouncing between the smaller courts and the main arena. And in 2024, he finally claimed the Rod Laver stage as his home turf. Fast forward to 2025, and he's back to playing musical chairs with the venues. Talk about a roller coaster career. But does Carlos look fazed? Hell no. In a press conference dripping with charm and composure, the 21-year-old brushed off the snub with the kind of swagger we've come to expect. Margaret Court is special. Wherever I play, I always give it my all, he said, flashing his trademark grin. The upcoming match against Zinchenko is shaping up to be a banger, with Alcaraz eager to prove he doesn't need a fancy arena to kick ass. This showdown is more than just a chance to grab a win. It's a statement. A declaration that no matter where you stick him, Carlos will show up, tear through the competition, and leave you wondering why the hell he wasn't on the main stage to begin with. Oh, and let's not forget the stakes here. The Australian Open is the only Grand Slam missing from Alcaraz's trophy cabinet. Winning it would make him the youngest player in history to claim all 4 majors, a record that would send his already skyrocketing career into the stratosphere. He's already bagged titles at Wimbledon, the US Open, and Roland Garros. Now, it's down under or bust. Speaking about his goals, Carlos kept it refreshingly honest. Seeing Sinner win motivates me to push harder every single day, he admitted. The rivalry between these two young guns is the stuff tennis dreams are made of, and fans can't get enough. So, whether it's on Rod Laver or Margaret Court, all eyes will be on Alcaraz as he embarks on his 2025 Australian Open journey. With his explosive game, unshakable focus, and a chip on his shoulder the size of a tennis racket, this kid is out to make history. And who knows? Maybe this arena shuffle is just the plot twist he needs to fuel his fire. Stay tuned, folks. The Carlos Alcaraz show is just getting started, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Carlos Alcaraz, the fiery tennis prodigy from Murcia, is staring down the barrel of a career-defining opportunity. If he manages to lift the Australian Open trophy within the next 3 editions, he'll etch his name into the history books as the youngest champion ever. No pressure, right? This wouldn't just cement his spot among the greats of his generation. It'd slap a massive neon sign on his career that screams, "I'm the future, bitches." Up to now, his best run at Melbourne Park was in 2024, when he fought tooth and nail to reach the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, that's where the dream hit a speed bump, or more accurately, a German roadblock named Alexander Zverev. In a nail-biting clash that had fans on the edge of their seats and probably broke a few remote controls, Carlos came up just short. But if you think that loss dented his confidence, you clearly don't know the kid. Fast forward to 2025, and Alcaraz is hungrier than ever. Winning his first Australian Open is not just a goal. It's a mission. In the media day leading up to his debut match against Kazakhstan's Alexander Shevchenko, Carlos made it crystal clear, he's not here to mess around. And speaking of messing around, let's talk about Jannik Sinner, Alcaraz's so-called generational rival and the guy who's been living rent-free in his head, in the best way possible. When asked about Sinner, Carlos didn't hold back on the compliments. What Janik's achieved in the past few years is unreal. Watching him play lights a fire under my ass. It makes me want to push myself harder, find new ways to compete, and, honestly, kick his butt when it counts, he said with a cheeky grin. But it's not all about rivals and rivalries. Behind the scenes, Alcaraz has been cooking up something new. And no, it's not his grandma's famous paella recipe. Over the off-season, he's been working tirelessly on a revamped serve, a weapon he hopes will give him the upper hand in high-pressure moments. I've been busting my ass on my serve during pre-season. It's such a crucial part of my game, and I want it to be one of my biggest weapons, Carlos revealed. The determination in his voice was unmistakable. This isn't just some cosmetic tweak. It's a complete overhaul designed to make him a deadlier opponent. What sets Alcaraz apart isn't just his talent. It's his relentless drive to evolve. He's not content with being good. He wants to be unstoppable. Whether it's fine-tuning his technique or finding new ways to outwit his rivals, he's constantly chasing perfection. And let's be real, the idea of facing a Carlos Alcaraz with an upgraded serve is probably giving Shevchenko sleepless nights. As the Australian Open kicks off, all eyes will be on the 21-year-old phenom. Can he rise to the occasion and finally claim the title that's been eluding him? Or will Melbourne's unforgiving courts throw another curveball his way? One thing's for sure, Carlos Alcaraz isn't just playing for a trophy. He's playing to make history, to inspire, and let's be honest, to show the tennis world that he's here to stay. So buckle up, folks. The Alcaraz train is about to leave the station, and it's not stopping until it hits greatness. Carlos Alcaraz, the 21-year-old wunderkind of tennis, isn't just gearing up for the Australian Open. He's strapping in like it's a war zone. Armed with fresh tactics, an upgraded serve, and the kind of attitude that says, "Come at me, bro." He's ready to conquer Melbourne and remind the world why his name is written in bold on every list of future legends. One thing about Carlos? He's all about taking it one match at a time. No shortcuts, no cockiness, just pure, unfiltered focus. He knows every opponent brings their own bag of tricks, energy, and ambition to the court. Every match is a unique challenge, he said, flashing that grin that probably melts more hearts than he realizes. But don't mistake his politeness for complacency. He's not here to shake hands, he's here to crush dreams. Sinner, the rival who's both a pain in the ass and a blessing. When it comes to Jannik Sinner, Alcaraz doesn't mince words. If I have an off day against Jannik, there's a 99% chance I'm getting my ass handed to me, he confessed, half joking but fully serious. It's not just a rivalry, it's a goddamn chess match, and Sinner keeps Carlos on his toes like no one else. But here's the twist, Carlos thrives on it. Seeing Sinner climb the rankings, snatch trophies, and bask in the spotlight doesn't piss him off, it lights a fire under his feet. Every time I watch him win, it's like a kick in the ass reminding me to work harder. Every practice, every drill, I'm thinking about what I need to improve to take him down, Carlos admitted. And honestly, that kind of mindset is why this rivalry is pure gold for tennis fans. Reinventing the serve, a game changer in the making. Alcaraz isn't just relying on natural talent. He's fine-tuning every aspect of his game, starting with his serve. I knew something had to change. My team and I agreed that the serve needed an upgrade, he explained. The result? A smoother, more relaxed motion that's designed to flow naturally, reduce tension, and save his body from the brutal wear and tear of high-stakes matches. I used to feel tight, like I was overthinking every damn serve. Now, with this new technique, it's like my wrist just knows what to do. It's more natural, and I can already feel the difference, he said, clearly excited about the improvement. And hey, if a relaxed wrist can mean the difference between winning and losing, why not? A gentleman at heart. The humble side of Alcaraz. While his game is fierce, his heart is pure gold. A moment that captured headlines recently wasn't on the court but in the locker room. As Carlos strolled through the hallways, he greeted everyone with genuine warmth, from staff to fellow players. And here's the kicker. He even lent a hand to a cleaning crew member, helping him out without hesitation. Now you might think, big deal, it's basic human decency. But let's be real. Not every superstar athlete gives a damn about the little guys. For Carlos, it's just who he is. Actions like these are why he's not just admired for his game, but also for the way he carries himself off the court. Ready to make history down under. Despite being shuffled around in the schedule and not getting the coveted Rod Laver Arena for his first match, Carlos is all set to make a statement. His first-round opponent, Kazakhstan's Alexander Shevchenko, better be ready for the storm coming his way. Alcaraz's refined serve, relentless work ethic, and that chip on his shoulder from previous losses make him more dangerous than ever. And let's not forget, this is more than just a tournament for Carlos. Winning the Australian Open would mark the beginning of a legacy, putting him one step closer to the top and solidifying his place among the legends of the sport. Join the ride with Tennis Extra. If you've made it this far, you're clearly as hooked on tennis as we are. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Tennis Extra, we're all about delivering the juiciest stories, exclusive interviews, and in-depth analysis. Whether it's strategy breakdowns, player profiles, or behind-the-scenes moments like Carlos's heartwarming gesture, we've got you covered. So join the ride, be part of our community, and let's geek out over the most exciting sport in the world. Because trust us, with stars like Carlos Alcaraz on the rise, it's only getting better from here. Tennis.